We have to have success criteria to align multiple team members of a team. Otherwise, how will they work together to advance the objectives together?
It's all about teamwork, winning together as a team. We see it in the NBA, right? The super team. It's like, just get these 3 big superstars. We're instantly going to win a championship.
And so managers are like, well, you're smart. You figure it out. Well, cool. But what are my guardrails? Well, don't break anything and don't piss anybody off. Those are terrible guardrails.
We talk a lot about killing cost centers and prioritizing with our 2x2 matrix and stuff. But I saw this video from, I don't know who it was, but the idea was prioritizing just takes, let's say you have 5 things you're doing as a team or an individual or organization. You're just rearranging the order of them. Versus reduction says, okay, it doesn't increase team member satisfaction, customer satisfaction, and profitability. We take a couple of them off. And now we just have one we just have one that we're working on, right? So the idea of reduction versus prioritization.
There's the concept of prioritization, and then there's the general understanding and misuse of prioritization. The idea of prioritization is reduction, in that it first acknowledges that you have a finite amount of time to get work done in every day. And so you prioritize, and when it's time to stop, you got to what you got to, and what you got to was your highest priorities. People struggle with this. They struggle with, oh my God, I didn't get to these things. Oh my God, I'm going to get fired. Oh my God, I'm this. Oh my God, I'm that. And so what happens is, instead of actually steadfastly living by that prioritization and moving things forward, they won't. They will not be disciplined about doing that. And they try to move it all forward. And then they say prioritization doesn't work. Because of course it's got to be prioritization and the concept of prioritization. It couldn't possibly be that they did it wrong. But conceptually, prioritization is similar to reduction. But you're also talking about putting some guidelines around not just priorities, but what we would consider working on at all. Because if we're doing a good job and only working on things that we know will measurably improve customer satisfaction, team member satisfaction, and profitability, once we get going and we're trained to do that, we're going to have more ideas to do those things than we can execute in a day,
right. You're
a
still
week,
going to have to
a month,
prioritize
a year.
the things that
You're still going to have to, right.
Yeah.
You're still going to have to prioritize. Yeah. But it becomes easier because the criteria is simple and clear. That's the other thing. If we don't agree on a simple criteria, everybody then has their own criteria, and now we're debating about it. And we're wasting time debating about it. Somebody's wasting time making up their own criteria because they don't agree with their criteria. So we say prioritize. We say prioritize. We tell people prioritize. And then they're like, oh, I prioritize these things. But then I got yelled at because my boss said this wasn't a higher priority than this that I wasn't getting to or whatever. And it's literally because they prioritize in a vacuum. We communicate to lead, right? So how do we prioritize? Right now, in today, in the vacuum of the 3 pillars that almost nobody knows about unless they have talked to us, right? Who knows how they're prioritizing these things? And then they work on these things, they don't get the outcomes or the recognition that they were hoping for, and then they feel they lose their confidence in their prioritization, and now they're juggling again, not moving anything forward. If we could just first get people to agree that we shouldn't be working on anything that doesn't improve customer satisfaction, team member satisfaction, or profitability, now we have simple criteria. Okay, so if it's not on that list, it can't be on my list. So based on all 20 things that are on my list that we all agree are important, let's have a really quick conversation about which one's going to give us the largest return on our investment, which again is a measurable, concrete, not subjective concept, right? Now we can literally prioritize based on ROI. And so at the end of the day, if I have 5 things on my plate, but I'm prioritizing the work that will give me the highest return on investment for things that improve customer satisfaction, team member satisfaction, and profitability, I'm moving things forward even though I'm not getting to these things. Nobody cares. Nobody cares because we'll get there eventually because we're already killing it. We're already so focused. We're doing better than any company has ever done. And so you know what we do at 5 o'clock? We shut it down. And we don't think about it again until tomorrow.
Yeah. That's so important. Yeah. And to have that done, people have to be operating within the same mindset and then, of course, the same system. So they could literally So to have those same priorities, to have that same criteria, because absent of that, you're right. That's why we have these silos in our companies where people are doing all these different things and not moving the needle together as a team.
And then you've got all these managers that bought into the virus of hire smart people and let them figure it out. I mean, this is not completely incorrect, but we have to give them guardrails. We as managers are responsible for saying this is the success criteria, because how we have to have success criteria to align multiple members of a team. Otherwise, how will they work together to advance the objectives together? And so managers are like, well, you're smart, you figure it out. Well, cool, but what are my guardrails? Well, don't break anything and don't piss anybody off. Those are terrible guardrails.
Right. Yeah.
Because here's the truth. You will not improve customer satisfaction, team member satisfaction, and or profitability with those guardrails. But you will work really hard to spend time protecting your job.
Right. It's all about teamwork, winning together as a team. We see in the NBA, right? The super team is like, just get these 3 big superstars, we're instantly going to win championships. That worked maybe like 10, 20 years ago when you got LeBron and crew together, but not anymore, because it's like, well, no, they still need to be coached, like you just said, the guardrails, or they need to have a playbook, they have to have, you still have to come together as a team to leverage and meet their maximum potential with those 3 superstars. So I love that metaphor of just like, yeah, just get the smart people in the room and let them figure it out. I've seen those memes where it's like, you don't trust your employees. Well, no, it's not the matter of trusting them, but like, what vision is driving that behavior to get the outcomes? Or what's that playbook?
More importantly, it's also a leader's job to trust and verify. Hey, I set the expectations. I gave you the guardrail. You've come up with a solution. Run it by me. Well, wait, I don't have the autonomy to decide. Oh, you do? But I've got skin in the game here too, right? Like you could decide, and if it doesn't work, we're both hurting. Or you could run it by me and we both think it's a good idea. We're in this together, so we win together. But then also if it goes south, I was right there with you, right? How can you expect me to have your back, which you do, if I'm not right there in front with you as the leader, agreeing with the criteria you're using to make a decision, right? Like there's no, it's all me on a team. There's no, I'm the decider on a team. There's like, hey, we win together, we lose together. So sure.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, yes, do I want you guys to get together after I'm like, hey, we need to do this? More importantly, when I come to you and I say, we need to do this, I say, look, I think we have a problem. And then what do I ask you for? Experience shares. Have you seen this problem? Have you seen this problem solved? Right? So I come with a plan, not like a full baked plan, but like, no, don't start a collaboration with a green field. Start it with a brown field, right? Like I come with the plan, kind of. I ask what you think. You guys are like, yeah, I see it. Here's my experience shares. And I'm like, cool. Can you pull together a 1-3-1, right? We have a clearly defined problem. Bring me 3 solutions. Tell me which one you think we should execute. And when you bring it to me, I'm going to be like, cool, why this one? And if all 3 of us agree, what's the likelihood of our success?
Very high. But also, what also is the likelihood of being stressed out and butthurt, or Game of Thrones of like, I mean, how much sleep do we lose thinking about, oh my gosh, am I going to get this right? Or if I don't get this right, I'm going to get fired, or I'm going to get demoted, or but you don't have to worry about any of that because you're literally on the same page working together.
Together, right? You bring the 1-3-1. I ask questions to understand why you think it's a good idea. Maybe I don't see it, so I challenge it. We maybe make some revisions, and then we're like, go team. We could just as likely fail, but in this scenario, we're in it together. You're not stressed. Like, in fact, you're a little like surprised if it doesn't work because we all thought it would work.
Yeah. Then you win together, you lose together.
Team. That's it, right? Like the leadership ball passes from player to player based on our expertise, right? Like, think about it. In just this interaction, the 3 of us, there's times where I'm bringing the ideas, I'm leading, but then Faith, you were bringing the ideas, and we're listening. We're like, listen to what she's putting down, right? Listen to the perspective that she's bringing. You were leading, and then Andrew was bringing perspective. He was leading. And then if we were literally here to solve a problem, I probably, because that's my role in meetings, I'd be like, okay, here's what I'm hearing. And so I think we're agreeing that this is the way forward. So I've now grabbed it back You guys are like, yeah. I'm like, cool, boom, go do it. Now who's out front? You guys, right? It's teamwork. It's not about hierarchy. It's not about power. I have your back. We talk about this. Leaders are supposed to have our backs. And I hear people say that my manager doesn't have my back, or you know what, I got to have my team members' backs. But when I unpack those scenarios, like, really, how do I have your back, Faith? Well, I have your back because I listened, but I also active listened. I said, here's what I think you're going to do. You're like, yeah. So you walked away knowing that I had clarity on what you were going to do. Not only did I have clarity, right? We had alignment. We both think it's going to work. That's how I have your back. Now, there's managers that are like, this other group is saying that my team member didn't blah, 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 blah. Now, I wasn't involved at all, but I'm going to say to that group, you can't talk to my team member like that. I'm going to have your back. It's really weird because in those environments, I think that those people don't feel like they have their backs had, because that's not really having somebody's back. Like after the breakdown, right? Like, oh, it's all done and now there's a problem and you're going to go fight on their behalf. Is that really what having somebody's back looks like? Or, hey, there's a breakdown on the team. I'm going to go and die on the sword for leadership to protect you guys. I have your back. Well, think about all of that toxic scenario. Why are we there to begin with? Like, where was the breakdown? The breakdown was before the work got done, because something happened. Now we've got this problem we're going to deal with. I'm going to go die on the sword. But where was I at the beginning of this? If we were operating the way I think we're talking about, not only are you going to go out there feeling like I've got your back, but if the three of us think it's going to work, how many opportunities are there going to be for me to have to go die on the sword? Right? How many opportunities are there going to be where I've got to go fight the other manager that's trying to burn you? We don't need anybody. Nobody's burning us. Everybody's just saying thank you all the time. And when all these people are saying thank you, do I have your back by going and accepting the thank yous on your behalf? No, I send you to get the thank yous, right? That's having your back.